the east or the west? Where are you headed, oh where are you headed? Turn to Allah, that's the best. 'Cause He is there wherever you are. So turn, turn, turn to Allah. Allahu, Allahu, Jalla Jalaluhu. Allahu, Allah, Jalla Jalaluhu. Allahu Akbar, Jalla Jalaluhu.
Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Drive Time here on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Akil Khalil, and thank you for joining us this evening. Tonight, we have a very special program as we look ahead to the Visit My Mosque this weekend, an initiative that opens the doors of mosques across the country to the wider public. Here in Peterborough, for the very first time, the 5 main mosques are working together in partnership to host this event at the Fazana Medina Masjid. It promises to be an inspiring weekend of community, openness and dialogue. And joining me in the studio is Abdul Muqaddas Chowdhury. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Chairman of the Joint Mosque Council, who will be sharing more about the vision, the importance of unity and what visitors can expect. And as always, we'd love to get you involved. So you can call us on 01733 602 133, or you can text the show on 07411 191 062, or message us on live on our social media, should I say. We're streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch and X, so do join in the conversation. Really appreciate you coming in this evening.
You're welcome.
Straight off the bat, what is Visit My Mosque and why is it such an important initiative?
Thank you very much for having me on. Assalamu alaikum everybody and good evening. The purpose of this Visit My Mosque is that 10 years ago Muslim Council of Britain, who represent most of the mosques in UK. They started this Visit My Mosque annually, and about 10 mosques participated at that time. But currently, there are 200 mosques plus who are participating on 2 days, which is Saturday and Sunday, 4th and 5th October.
MashaAllah.
That's I can see how popular this program has been. What is the purpose of this one? The main purpose of this one is there are many people in this country who have never visited about the mosque. They never put a foot inside. And our idea is the idea of Joint Mosque Council and Muslim Council of Britain is that we want the non-Muslims to come along and see the mosque first. They don't know what mosque looks like, what we do inside, and all these things. So our purpose is, the first purpose is we're inviting openly. It's 11 till 4 o'clock on Sunday, 5th of October. So anybody can just pop in, and there will be guide, there will be marshal, there will be people will be there welcoming them.
MashaAllah.
Yes, we will show them around in the mosque first. They can ask us all the questions about the mosque. What is member, what is mihrab, or what is a dome, and all these things, you see, we can explain to them what is the purpose of these things and why they are there. That's the first thing. They often ask, you see, question about the prayer mats and all these things, we'll explain them. If they want to ask about the history of the mosque, again, we can explain to them when it was built, what cost it was. So that is, they can look around, and there are so many things to look around in the mosque itself, you say, and they can ask us all the questions about the mosque.
Thereof, let me just come in there because I've got a few questions from people leading up to what you're saying, so it'd be important if you could just answer those directly. Of course, this year, for the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the first time the 5 main mosques in Peterborough are working together. What does this unity between the masjids mean to you? If you could give a bit of context for people who don't know who you are, about your history with Fazana Medina, if that would at the first point, and secondly, given your experience and your contacts and with all the masjids within Peterborough, what does the unity of these 5 main mosques mean to you?
It's very important, Akil. The unity of the 5, matter of fact, it's going to be 6 now. There's another one joining us. Its purpose that rather than having a different meeting, different conversation with the other people, you see, we should have just one voice. And that's the reason about 10 years ago, we started up this Joint Mosque Council. And I've been chairman ever since we formed this Joint Mosque Council, you see. Purpose, just one voice, because our aim is all the same. All of us believe on 3 things: one God, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Holy Book of Quran. So every Muslim, whatever their sects are, whether they're Shias, Wahhabis, whatever they are, they believe on these things. So what we're saying is, and when we set up this organization, Your Mosque Council is, there are many other issues which are common to every Muslim. Whether they are Shias, whether they're Wahhabi, whoever they are, common Muslim. Let's unite on those common issues and discuss those common issues with authorities, with the council, with the political constabulary, with the health and other things. And that is the reason we are all one.
Excellent.
Now, purpose of this today, normally each year, most of the mosques have this visible mosque, you say, each mosque. But we decided that rather than having different resources on different mosques, why not get together in one mosque? And everybody agreed unanimously that Fazana Medina is one of the biggest purpose-built mosques, you see. Let's have this program in there. And that is the purpose. All the mosques are united. And we're working together in the last 2 or 3 months, to set up this program.
Mashallah. And it's great, isn't it? It's great that people can unite on a common cause, i.e. to share the message of Islam and to expose the truth about how Muslims live in Peterborough, right, and across the country. We've got a question that's come in from Ibrar. Ibrar is asking, why was Fazana Medina Mosque chosen as the host venue?
I just explained a minute ago, the reason the Fazana Medina was chosen as host, because this has more accommodation. It's one of the largest mosques.
So it's based on capacity?
Precisely, capacity, beauty of it, size of it. It is a purpose-built, one of the largest mosques, not only Peterborough, but in the whole region.
Yes, that's
and
right.
it can accommodate up to 3,000 people, you see. So that was the reason it was decided, it was unanimously it was decided that we should host it at Fazana Medina Mosque.
And you are right. I mean, I travel the length and breadth of this country, and I've visited more mosques than I can remember, and Fazana Medina is definitely one of the most beautiful and largest here in the UK.
Yeah.
There are others obviously up north and in the south, and even in Ireland. I'll give you an example. I was in Dublin,
Yeah.
and I was on a business trip, and on the way to where we were going, which was Galway, we needed to play Fajr. So by the time we come off the ferry early hours of the morning, we needed somewhere to pray, and just like that, on our way, we approached this mosque. I can tell you right now that this mosque had tennis courts, football pitch, library, restaurants, funeral area, prayer rooms. It was massive. It's this entire huge complex, and I would say it's at least, in terms of just land size, probably 20 times the size of Fazana Medina. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because all mosques are different. They have different the way they operate. And I've also been to, I think it was in Swansea, there was a cathedral or church or something that had been converted. So the lower ground level was like purpose-built council offices, but it's actually there for the administration of the masjid. Then the second level was the prayer hall, madrasa, etc. And then the level at the top, they'd convert that into an indoor tennis and badminton and football. And you could see the imams who just finished leading the prayer with the students upstairs playing. And I thought, this is amazing. And then conversely to that, I've also been to places where they've only got a single mobile unit, because where they're located and etc., maybe resources. But the reason why I mentioned this is because when you mentioned 200 mosques, these 200 mosques up and down the country are all different shapes and sizes.
Absolutely.
But the message is exactly the same, isn't it?
Yeah. See, as I said, what I was saying earlier on, it's not that I say largest in the country, it's largest in the region.
Yeah.
East Anglia region.
Definitely.
And that's what it is, because I say, look on the Peterborough, surrounding areas, all these things. So comparing all those, you see, obviously you are quite right. In different part of the country, there are bigger mosques, there are more facilities, but we were restrained with the space we have.
Yeah, I still remember.
We were restrained with the planning permission, all these things, you say. So as a result of that one, still we're happy that it's a beautiful new design. All the facility we have is a prayer facility, students for education facility, funeral facilities, and all these facilities we have within the space we have. And that's the reason the community, all the mosques decided, let's have the host. It's not only first one, many other programs we have, you say, Islamic seminar and exhibitions, all these things. It's always been done at the Fazana Medina Mosque because of its size and because of the beauty. Yes, that's on purpose.
Okay, I can't help but I have to ask you this question. Okay, so if money wasn't a barrier, how would you have liked Fazal Medina to have looked today? Because you mentioned planning constraints. I'm curious. My mind's starting to think other things.
Well, as I said, there many other facilities you mentioned. If the money, it's not just a question, it's a space.
Yes.
So if the space we had with the location of that one, and obviously the planning permission, we struggle with that one. What should be the height of the minaret? They don't want it too high. It's just slightly lower than the cathedral, you say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's right, that makes sense. Because they don't want it higher than the cathedral, you say.
Am I right in thinking in Peterborough, no other building is allowed to be taller than the cathedral?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
right.
So this is the reason, you see. If we have the space and we have all the other thing, then we will obviously have, as you say, sports hall. We have a swimming pool. We have we will have all these things which you just mentioned. You see, for example, and the needs are greater now for our youngsters. You say to have more facilities. But that's the reason we're trying to do whatever is possible within the constraint of the space, within the planning permission. Whatever is possible, we try to do. We try to build an education complex, you see, as well, which means therefore it took us more than 2 years to get the planning permission for the just education complex. Wow. So the students have a proper seating, table, chairs, and all these things, computers in the classroom. So again, this is another thing which I have in our mind to plan that one. That's what we do.
Well, I'll answer your question from my perspective then. If I had all the money in the world, what I would have done is I would have bought all the properties around the masjid itself, all of them. You know, when you got the education facility, all of that, I would have bought the whole thing, and then I would have gone underground car park like this in Cambridge Mosque, and then, like you said, built all these other facilities. But I guess we can make du'as and dream. Alhamdulillah. It is magnificent. Can I tell you, whenever I step inside Fazal Medina, I always get the wow factor. You know, it's like, subhanAllah, this is in Peterborough. Does that make sense? You always have respect that the Muslims of Peterborough were able to do this.
Absolutely.
And this is from, I remember, and obviously you were the chairman at the time, men and women, some, community members gave up their gold, some people sold their houses. Absolutely. They've all had somebody, you will always bump into someone who's paid for a single brick at Fazal Medina. It's an amazing feeling.
That's absolutely right, Akil. As I said, when mosque was being built, our women were very, very generous. Normally, as you know, women love the jewelry. But they gave the free, totally, I mean, the bangles, necklaces, all these things you say the women give. And everybody contributed that one. That's the reason at that time, when it was built, 2006 was completed, it cost £2.5 million at that time. Wow. Consider that. If we build that same one, it's probably 15 to 20 million pounds. So the community of Peterborough, I can say that for Muslim community, particularly on this one, very, very generous. Not only this mosque, there are other mosques, Akosia Mosque, they also built that one, Darul Salam, all these you see. The communities are very, very generous, giving the money not only to the mosque, but also the charity to the poor and needy people as well.
This is a fact, and you mentioned that as well. Children Madam is one of the partners for Salam Radio, and whenever they come on air and they're raising funds, and the Peterborough community always gives. It's an amazing feeling. Okay, so this is a question that's coming from Paul. Paul is asking, how do you hope people from different backgrounds would benefit from attending?
Well, our purpose is to make people aware, to understand what Islam is all about. We're not trying to convert anybody. That's not our purpose. There is so much misconception, misunderstandings, and quite a few faults you see on that one through the mass Twitter press and some of the politicians, they talk about that one. So our purpose of this Visit My Mosque is to make people understand what Muslims are, who they believe, what they believe, and what Islam is all about. What are the 5 pillars of Islam? So when I was saying that we will explain to them, show them the mosque around, then what we'll have, we have loads and loads, hundreds of leaflets, you say, which will give the people, they will take them away with them and read it and understand what Muslims are about, what Islam is all about, what Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is saying about that, what he's saying is all these things. There's a booklet as well, you say, you can see that one. And it gives all kind of guideline, Islam in focus, you say, and it tell you about marriage in Islam, it tell you about what you believe in faith, what about the prayer, what about Ramadan, what about giving the charity, what about going to pilgrimage. Everything is clearly stated in these leaflets and these booklets as well. So our purpose is for the people to understand. And this myth you see about this terrorism, all these things, is total nonsense. You see all that one. There are 1.8 billion Muslims. 1.8 billion Muslims in the world. How many terrorists there are there? In every society, in every culture, in every religion, there are these fanatics, you say. There are terrorists, troublemakers, you say. But they never describe them as a Christian terrorist, Jew terrorist, Hindu terrorist, but they're always Islamist terrorists, you see. And this is the reason misconception, misunderstanding. We want to dispel that one. Islam means peace. Islam is a religious of peace. And that's exactly our purpose is that when people come down there, they can ask openly, freely, ask us the question, whatever their question is in their mind, whatever they've been listening, whatever they've been hearing, whatever their thoughts are, ask her. We will not be offended. As they ask a reasonable question, we'll give them a response to
Wonderful.
that. And our leaflets and all these things will explain. Our scholars will be there. There will several scholars from various, all the mosques will be there as well. They will guide. There are other people as well, and they will be there to help in them. So the people should feel free asking the question about the Muslim community, about the Islam, about the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and everything else what they have in their mind, so that when they go out, their mind is clear about Islam. So they don't have this myth about this Islam and the Muslim, all these things.
Great, thanks for that. And thank you, Paul, for texting the show. We appreciate that. You can text the show as well, 07411 191062, or comment on the live stream. Really appreciate that. You mentioned, misconceptions about mosques. And of course, a type of event like this will obviously help to dispel some of these myths. And we live in these times where Islamophobia is extremely rampant, isn't it? And you only have to go and go on social media. I mean, take an example. We've had a Muslim council leader who's now become the leader of the council. And if you just look at their posts on social media with her winning the election, and it is graphic and abhorrent, and we have to fight these things with the tools in our arsenal, which is to educate and share our spaces to show what Islam is really about. And I completely take on board what you're saying there. Can you share a personal story of when interfaith dialogue or open door events have made a real difference from your experience?
Well, I believe it will, because I was a member. I was when it was interfaith council started. I was a vice chairman of that for many years ago. Now that one is and then we have a faith group. Now we're setting another faith group together.
Okay.
All the faiths together. You see, where draft has been agreed on that one, where we are Christian, Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, and other Jews as well. They can all join, have a one faith group, so that we can discuss these issues. You see, we have a very good relationship with the cathedral. I was there last night. There was a program at the cathedral. I was there. You see, I was the only Muslim there to be present there. So this is the thing, we're working together. We're working together with other faith to understand each other's point of view. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad to say that one, the bishop and other people of the cathedral and church, Christian faith, they are working together with as well. Try to understand each other's point of view. That is important, you see. As I say, most of the problem comes across due to misunderstanding.
Yeah.
People don't understand due to ignorance and listen to titter-tatches from here and there. And our aim is, interfaith and all this dialogue we're having it, is to make people aware of that one. As if this visit to my mosque is just one thing annually, but as you're probably aware, that one, regularly we have school visit to our mosque, another mosque as well. Each month we have about 300-400 students, and other people come to the mosque.
That's fantastic.
From primary school, secondary school, universities, and all these things you see from constabulary and from abroad as well. They come to see the mosque, you see. And whatever the purpose is to make them understand it. And when sometimes I also visit as well, and when you ask them, have you ever been to the mosque? They say, no, we've never been there. Ask the teachers, they've never been to the mosque, you see. And that's very conception. And when these students, same students, this is important, young generation, when they go back, and they write us reports, you see, on that one, say, well, I didn't know that Islam was like that one. I didn't know the Muslim was like this one, you see. And they will go to home and tell their parents as well.
This is true.
Oh, by the way, I went to the mosque, I learned this, I learned that one.
It was a great experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is the important thing, you see, for our young generation, future generation, you see, youngsters from the primary school onward, secondary school as well. Only 2 months ago, the university, was about 15, 16 of the professors And they came to the mosque as well. You should see
Wonderful.
that.
You'll have to hold the thought now. I'm loving the passion here live on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. We'll be back after
Stay
the short ad
tuned
break.
to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Fancy the true taste of Middle Eastern Kurdish food? Asia Restaurant gives you the unique fusion of flavours from Turkey, Iraq, Syria and Iran. Eat in at 5 Fitzwilliam Street, Peterborough, PE1 2RU. Or order through Just Eat, Uber Eats or order through our website, asiarestaurant.co.uk. Call us on 01733 562 530. Asia Restaurant, the true taste of the Middle East.
Gladcare is your community support centre, delivering services you need. Access free English classes for reading, writing, speaking and listening, or a computer course with CV writing, qualified immigration advice and more, including food parcels or supermarket vouchers. Gladcare can help. Also for free yoga and healthy you sessions and monthly coffee mornings with local GPs on site. 316 Gladstone Street and online at gladcare.org.uk. Call 01733 566 343.
It's healthy, nutritional and halal. It's The Lads, your first choice for burgers, pittas, wraps and flame grilled lamb chops and peri-peri chicken. Now with 5 fantastic new flavours, plus sides, grilled salads and milkshakes too. Open daily from 11:30 until 11 p.m. Call in at 15 Cowgate in Peterborough. Order for collection online at thelads.co.uk or by calling Peterborough 562287 or place your Lads delivery order at ubereats.co.uk.
Moving house? Feeling overwhelmed? Boxes everywhere? Ivat Self-Storage can help. Our secure, clean and modern facility, Peterborough's preferred choice, gives you the extra space you need with 24/7 security and easy access. So instead of tripping over boxes, store them with us and breathe easy. Visit Ivat, spelt IVATT, selfstorage.co.uk today. Because moving is hard enough.
Whether you're eating in or ordering for collection or delivery, Big Mouth at 349 Lincoln Road in Peterborough is the place for all the family favourites you know and love. But now it's even better, as loaded fries, grilled and smashed burgers, peri-peri strips and wings have been added to Big Mouth's mouth-watering menu of pizzas, chicken and so much more. Call in today, order for delivery via Uber Eats or call 01733 201020. Big Mouth's open 11 till 2, 7 days a week.
Award-winning ST Complete Care provide all kinds of regular and respite care for your loved ones. Rated good by the CQC and with outstanding reviews, ST Complete Care will tailor their services for children and adults, including helping with personal and home care, medication assistance, visits and appointments too. With bilingual carers, ST Complete Care are also experienced with disabilities, dementia, autism, Alzheimer's and more. To arrange your free assessment, call 01733 303300. Caring for you the way you want.
Do you own a restaurant or takeaway? Cater Fair is an expert supplier of new and used commercial catering equipment. Visit caterfair.co.uk for quality equipment on sale at the lowest prices, or call us on 01733 310 115 or visit us at 11 Royce Road, Fengate, Peterborough.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
Welcome back to Drive Time live on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm joined in the studio by Abdul Muqaddas Chowdhury. He is the chairman of the Joint Mosque Council. We're talking about the upcoming amazing Visit My Mosque event this weekend. And just before we took the break, you were witnessing, as I was as well, the passion that was coming through from my guest this evening. And I hope you can get involved with the show. You can text us on 07411 191062 or comment on the live stream as we discuss the importance of this event up and down the country and here, especially in Peterborough. What role do mosques play beyond being places of worship in the UK?
Mosques are very important for your faith. It's a spiritual gathering. All these mosques in here, and then you come to the mosque, you say you can see how you feel, very peaceful. Mosque role is to making people aware about what the faith is all about, what the Quran says, what the saying of the Prophet is. Every Friday, that these are the lectures which all mosques give to the community, whether they are present or whether they are home, because most of them are connected with the radio. So it's very important to people to understand about Islam and behave like a true Muslim. Some of the things we do, unfortunately, are not what Islam tells us to say. So it's a teaching of Islam is to be a good human being. It's not just to be working. There are so many things, obviously, I haven't got that time to go through that one, what a Muslim should do.
Like character building.
Character building, absolutely. Yeah, character building about what was the teaching of Islam. How to be good to your parents, how to respect your parents, how to respect your elders, how to respect your neighbors, how to respect other people, other community, you say, This is the teaching of Islam. Avoid all the bad things. You say the Surah Fatiha, which is read in every namaz, every year, it tells you again, you ask in the guidance from God, Almighty God asks, tell us the straight path. Path of who? Path of those people who are noble, who are kind, who are caring. Please, God, show us the path of those people. Please, God, don't show us the path of those bad people. This is the teaching of Islam. And that's what the role of mosque is. So apart from this coming and praying, you say, as I say, we have many other programs, like we just having this one on Sunday. Previously we had a Islamic exhibition. We have the celebration of the birthday of the Prophet, peace be upon him, Eid Miladul Nabi in the mosque as well. And similarly, we have various programs for our youngsters. They come to the mosque after madrasa time, and they learn about Islam, about the Quran, but also the mannerism.
Absolutely.
About how the good thing to be a good citizen.
Yeah.
That's important. It's not just be a Muslim, but be a good citizen. We're living here in this country, respect everybody else. So these children, there are program for the women as well, for the elderly. There is various kind of program, you see, which takes place. So I have said when I was chairman that our mosque is not just a place for prayer. It is an Islamic hub.
Understood.
It's an Islamic hub where you can talk about all these things and invite visitors and explain to them as well. And that's what we've been doing over the years.
Wonderful. And I know that some of the masjids that are taking part from Peterborough are also, they've got food banks, they've got soup kitchens, they've got coffee mornings, they've also got generational things going on. They're taking part in lots of sports activities. I'm going through the list there of some of the mosques. They're doing hikes, and they've got football tournaments, they've got youth events, they've got keeping fit classes. So I guess this is quite holistic, isn't it? If we would just go up 40,000 feet up, other than just coming to a mosque just to pray, you can and access these centres and do things outside of this that keep you connected to the mosque and community.
Absolutely. And so not only that, it's not just only just coming praying, as just mentioned here. There are so many other things we do. Raising money for the charities.
Yeah.
Raising money for instance, there's a flood in Pakistan. Money raising for the Gaza. And our people are so much generous, as we mentioned earlier, on building the mosque. It's not just building the mosque. Whenever we ask them, you say, hey, we need money for flood in Pakistan or anywhere else in the world, money for Gaza, Syria, Yemen, wherever it is. And people give generously, very generously, and at one session, say one Friday, we can easily get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 pounds.
Mashallah.
We know several hundred, thousand each year, you see.
Yeah.
In the month of Ramadan only, I just said to you, 30 to 40,000 pounds a rate for poor and needy people and for various charities.
That's amazing.
And these are the sort of things mosques are doing there all over the country.
I've got a text coming in from Muhammad. Muhammad's also saying that here in Peterborough, he's donated extensively to local issues. So he's been donating to the soup kitchen, like I mentioned to you before, and other organisations which are distributing food and clothing here locally. So other than just international fundraising, there's also a lot of work that goes on within the city.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. We again, as I said, we have a food bank, you say, in Fazan Medina. Every week, you say, the poor and needy people come there, you see, and take the food. And similarly, we have other good thing as well, raising money for instance, Surah hospice, you say, when they need it. So it's not just for Muslims, you say, for non-Muslims as well. And we just now, because it was a birthday of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, recently, community was, let's collect the toy, you see, for the children hospital in Peterborough.
Mashallah.
So last year we collected quite a few toys for them, and this year is being done the same thing. So it's not just for the Muslim, but a part of the society, for the part of the community. So we are, trying to do whatever we can do for other people as well.
So as chair of the Joint Mosque Council, do you look at all of the great things that these other masjids are also doing, and do they bring them back to you and you discuss, these are the things that are working? Do you share good practices with each other?
So this is the reason of Joint Mosque Council. I said to you, when we have regular meeting, we only had a couple of weeks ago have a meeting, 3-4 meeting about this, visit my mosque, you see, and obviously we exchange the idea of what other people are doing, how we can benefit for other mosques are doing, you see, and that is the whole purpose. And also our main other issue is as well, with the one voice, Islamophobia affects everybody.
Yeah.
Hate crime affects everybody.
Yeah.
They won't ask you, are you Shia, are you Wahhabi, or he's a Muslim. Your name is Muslim, you see. It affects you.
Yeah.
So this is again, we have a regular contact with the constabulary. We had a meeting today again, a team meeting today with superintendent and all the police officers, with the council chief executive, about incident which took place on Saturday, you see. I won't go into detail because that is not the purpose of this program.
That's right.
But what the idea is that we work together with all these organizations, you say, to say that we are all one. We are part of this community. We are not foreigner. We are not stranger, you see, as well. And this sort of myth, you say, which people like Nigel Farage explained about the Muslims and all these things, total nonsense. And again, sadly, this is getting on increase, you say. This is all these things, extremism, right-wingers are on the high foot at the moment, you see.
Yeah.
And we need to working together. By working together, we can dispel them. We can get rid of these people, you see, a thing they have. Otherwise, it will be a sad situation in this United Kingdom, you see.
No, I understand. No, I agree. So far, what kind of a response have you had from non-Muslims residents?
Well, because we haven't asked them to send us, say, I'm coming or not. It's not just invitation to one person. We send nearly 500 emails, 500 to different groups, to schools, colleges, all these things. So we did say just walk in.
Okay.
You don't have to register. You don't have to ring us, say, I'm coming or not coming. This is the hidden thing.
Okay.
Others say, the 500 people, we send the email from different organizations, and schools, colleges, universities, all these, you say. To be honest, your guess is as good as mine. How many people are going to? That is only a hidden thing.
Okay.
It could be few hundred, or it could be in dozens. We don't know.
Okay.
But we hope through this program and through other programs and publicity we're giving, we're asking everybody, bring your friend, bring your neighbor. We're asking Muslim people, you say, and we'll make another announcement on Friday, you say, that if your neighbors are there, invite them. Ask them to come along, visit our mosque. There will be refreshment, there will be leaflet, there will be talk, there will be discussion.
You mentioned refreshments. Can you tell me what's going to be involved?
Obviously there will be samosas and that sort of thing.
Now I'm coming.
So, samosas,
I'll be there.
There will be cake, there will be, tea, coffee, juice, whatever, there will be, that will be there as well.
Okay.
So while they're talking, they can have, enjoy the refreshment as well. But again, the sad thing is not knowing how many people are going to
inshallah, there'll be plenty.
Hope so.
Let me flip this on you. So what about, we're talking about people in general, but let's talk about young people, both Muslim and non-Muslim. How can they get involved in this?
Well, they can, as I say, young Muslims, obviously, they are already involved. when we have these meetings, all these things, and we set up that there will be young Muslims who will be participating in that one. Non-Muslims, youngsters, you see, as I mentioned, they already do attend school, college, to come to the mosque. Not only Fazan Medina, they go to Gausia, they go to other mosques as well. So they are just interlinked with each other, understanding each other, and that's what we are trying to do. Probably more in sports as well.
Okay.
Have a football together, have a cricket together.
Yeah.
And this is the way we want the youngsters to be get involved so that have a better relation, better understanding with each other.
I agree with you. And I think the other side as well, you mentioned earlier on about the political landscape. Young minds are also being affected by the things that they're seeing on the screens. I mean, 20 years ago, or 25 years ago, there wasn't really social media then. Or probably even further, at least 30 years ago, there definitely wasn't no social media then. And we didn't have the same pressure on us as they. I mean, obviously, it's different through generations. But now, your phone, as soon as you open it up, you're going to see something inappropriate.
Absolutely.
Or you're going to get curious about something and end up going through some sort of rooms and see something inappropriate. But when you're young, these things affect your mind.
Absolutely.
And I guess what we're saying today as well is that there will be young volunteers at the Visit My Mosque event. So if young people want to come, they shouldn't hesitate because they don't need to worry about speaking to people older than them. They'll find young people that they can talk to as well. Am I right?
Absolutely. This is exactly the reason we're having at the weekend, and this is, by the way, 10th anniversary of Visit My Mosque.
Yeah.
Reason we're having at a weekend is, so it's just youngsters are not at school. So they are off school, you see, on that one. So they have the time.
That's smart.
Yeah, they have the time to come and visit it, you say, If we said I have during the weekday, Monday to Friday, then obviously 4 o'clock students finish their school, college, wherever they are. So that's the reason it's always been on weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And we decided that instead of Saturday, people do the shopping, all these things, let's have it on Sunday when they're more or less free, you say,
Yeah, that's good.
and they can pop in. And we extended the time as well. Rather than just in 1 hour, 2 hour, we said, come along. When you get up, probably if you get up late on Sunday, come 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever. 1:30 will be prayer. They can watch the prayer, how the Muslim pray as well. That's another thing you say,
Amazing.
to understand that we don't sing, we don't do this, we just pray. Quietly, essentially, in a very peaceful manner, you say. So they can watch that as well. They can discuss, they can talk about this.
Yeah, and I guess from that piques a person's curiosity, doesn't it? They can then pick up that conversation with somebody afterwards and say, okay, why do you stand? Why do you bow? All these things. I guess it sparks that conversation.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be fantastic. And obviously, Fazan Medina, I'm assuming you'll have parking attendants and so on. Everybody there's going to be visible. So I guess if I'm somebody nervous about coming to a mosque, will they have somebody there they can just quickly go to? So you'll have marshals, you said, on the day, so they can approach them if they have any questions.
Yeah,
before they go to the mosque.
We have guards and marshals. We do, just making sure that somebody can just walk in. You say there will be somebody receiving them.
Yeah,
there will be people we already allocated the responsibility. Somebody seeing them, and they will show them around, the mosque, and they will take them upstairs because there's 2 halls. We have downstairs the prayer hall. Upstairs will be all the display of the leaflets and refreshment. It will be all upstairs. You say they can come, and the guide, they will just take them around, show them around.
Will they see the entire mosque?
I'm sorry?
Is the entire mosque going to be accessible?
Oh, yeah, the entire mosque, you say, Not the room, you say, but we have 2 main floors, you see, on that one. So they will, downstairs, the prayer hall, they see the mosque, you say, and people praying. And upstairs will be just, again, open for the purpose of this one. There will be some desks displayed, various kind of leaflets. People can, there are small leaflets, you say. There are some booklets, like I just shown you here, which give you the more detail, you see, on that one. People can take that as well, read it. Ask the question. As I said, people should feel free. They should not hesitate. Sometimes I know people say, oh, well, if I ask this question, somebody may be embarrassed. You say, no, it's not question embarrassing. You have the right to ask question. And it's our responsibility to give you the answer of your question. Like you just mentioned, somebody's asking question now on your show. And again, we're happy to answer them,
Wonderful. Thank you for that. We are actually coming up to a Maghrib Azan call to prayer. So
You're listening to Salam Radio, and it's now time for Maghrib Azan.
This Azan is sponsored by Children of Adam. changing lives in Peterborough and across the world since 2013.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
This dua is sponsored by Chicken Valley, flavour that rules the roost.
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا.
Welcome back to Drive Time Live on Salam Radio 106.2 FM. I'm your host, Akil, live in the studio with Abdul Muqaddar Chowdhury, the chairman of Joint Mosque Council. We're discussing this weekend's exciting event, the Visit My Mosque 10-year anniversary taking place at Fazana Medina, with another 5 mosques, all part of this wonderful first-time ever partnership taking place in the city. Just before the adhan, which can I just say was absolutely beautiful and amazing. It all gives me goosebumps. I'm sure it does for you as well. I was going through some of the information that the visitors can expect, and what's heartening to see that there will be guides there with you on the day to chaperone you around the mosque, and you know, you can ask questions and refreshments and so on. But more than that, actually, is the fact that this event is in partnership, of course, with Fazana Medina, Masjid Khatija, Dar es Salaam, Gausia Masjid, Salahuddin Community Centre, and the Husseini Islamic Centre. This is a fantastic team effort, and I'm looking forward, actually, personally, by the way, to meeting all these individuals from these masajids, as well as yourself on the day, and speaking to people on the day as well, and find out how it's all going from them. I've got a question that's come in. It's anonymous. The person is asking, what challenges did you face, or any, bringing the 5 mosques together for this event?
Well, it was difficult originally. Well, when I explained to everybody else, we had all the mosque leaders together, as this is about 10 years ago, and explained to them that we're not going to discuss your differences, what our small differences we have. I said there are 3 main things, everybody agrees on that, which I mentioned earlier on.
Yeah.
Other small thing, how do you pray? Do you pray by folding your hand or leaving your hand? Well, that's not our problem. Our issue is that all the issues we face, the Muslims feel, not only in Peterborough, in this country, are common to everybody else.
Yeah.
And then we should get together. Rather than say, for instance, we have an issue with a constabulary, rather than each mosque ring or constabulary ring each mosque, there should be one focal person, you see, they can speak. And again, we can raise the same question with a constabulary, with a council, with a health department, education, whatever it is, one voice. And I'm glad to say that one, everybody accepted that one. And everybody, all our imams, you say, were as well. And what they say, 5 finger, you say, it hasn't got the strength, but if you make it a thumb, that one, fist, that has the strength on that. And this is our strength, you say, that rather than having a 5 separate or 6 separate thing, you say, one. And I'm really glad to say that one, this is working very well. I can tell you that, Akil, during the last 10 years, we never had even a slightest issue, not a slightest problem. We're working like one. Unit.
So I guess then visit my mosque was pretty straightforward, because everybody agreed, and this is how they wanted to do it. Thanks for that question, whoever that is that said that in. Of course, we've gone through what people can expect on the day, the vision, the purpose, and what comes to mind is if somebody's feeling a bit hesitant to attend a mosque because of some of the things they've watched on the TV, the news, social media about Islam, what would you say to encourage them to come?
As I said, Akil, earlier on, we're encouraging everybody out.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have any fear at all.
Nothing.
Nothing. What sort of fear you can have? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're
going to see fellow Peterboreans.
We are going to be their host.
Yeah.
Right. And you always welcome the guest. Whether you're coming to the mosque or whether you're coming to house, you always respect your guest, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
And exactly, this is the sort of thing we are asking people now through your program. There's nobody should fear of anything. Okay. You come, you'll be welcomed. We'll respect you. And you can ask us a question and look around. Whatever in your mind is, feel free. Don't be hesitant, please. Come along and see us, visit us. This is your golden chance to understand, because there is 30,000 Muslims in second largest faith in Peterborough.
Wow.
After Christianity, Islam the second largest. So we meet each other, we work together. So, all these things you say, whatever in your mind you say.
You're right, actually. I just want to pick up something you said there. You're right. In most organisations here in the city, you'll have someone who's a Muslim colleague.
Yeah.
So this is a great opportunity. You're right. An absolutely amazing opportunity to come along.
Yeah.
Move away from your screen.
Yeah.
Come along and have a conversation. That's what you're saying, aren't you?
Yeah. That's even you see when you work there, the Muslims will be fasting.
Yeah.
Against there are non-Muslim there, and then one will be fasting. They'll be curious, why is fasting? Mm-hmm. What is the purpose of it? Why are you fasting it? Yeah. They may be praying, you see, as well. And the question will be again asked, why are you praying? What is the purpose of that one? All these questions about somebody's mind, because again, we are all mixed, multiracial, multi-religious community, you see, as well. So whatever questions are in your mind, and you're wondering, what is doing there? Why is falling? Why is bending, you say?
Yeah.
Why is bowing, you see, on the carpet, you see? Why doing that one? Mm-hmm. So these are the questions you can ask. And this is, as I said to you, we explain to these people, our visitors who come to the mosque, not on just once a year, but regularly. We got several each week, each month. You see, we have several visitors. Hundreds of people come, and everything what I just mentioned is exactly what we explain to them. From one end, the basic thing we explain to them about 5 pillars: Shahada, prayer, zakat, charity, Ramadan, Hajj. All these things you say we explain to them one by one.
Wonderful.
And not only say we pray, why do we pray? What is the purpose behind that?
Wonderful.
One? That's it.
Okay, it's going to be a great experience. We've run out of time, can you believe? I really enjoyed our conversation this evening. This is event, Visit My Mosque is taking place Sunday the 5th of October from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Fazal Medina Mosque, Central Mosque, 169 to 175 Gladstone Street, Peterborough, PE1 2BN. Or you can contact them on 01733 567 285. That's it. A huge thank you to my guest, Abdullah Muqaddas Chowdhury, Joint Mosque Council Chairman, for joining us this evening. Don't forget, for the very first time, the 5 mosques from Peterborough are coming together in partnership. Do attend, take your neighbour and your friends with you. In the meantime, take care.
Stay tuned.